We live in difficult economic times. The banking industry is shedding billions, people are losing their jobs, house prices are plunging.
God, it is depressing.
But what about the really important stuff? Sport. When the bad times hit, how badly do they hit the sports industry?
It's a form of entertainment. Entertainment is a luxury. In a recession, luxury items are the first things to go, so sport should be actually very weakened by a recession.
However, the sports industry seems to be going from strength to strength.
The industry is growing at 6.5% on a compound annual growth rate for the next 4 years. So it really is growing. It's quite an exciting industry. It's growing faster than it has been over recent years.
Because sports revenue streams are humming. Take broadcast rights. In August, a massive $5.4 billion three-year TV deal kicked in for England's Premier League, up 60% on its last deal, while global internet and mobile properties are also booming. Major League Baseball's online service generated $400 million in 2007, up 60% on 2006.
It doesn't appear so far to be cannibalising some of the traditional TV rights. Certainly across the globe we're seeing a growth in TV rights and a growth in terms of mobile internet rights.
As for global sponsorship,
it's growing year on year phenomenally. It's due to be a 15% rise this year, and there's no reason to suppose that it won't go on rising at that stage.
TV contracts, sponsorship contracts are long-term contracts, so in fact they might not be covered by the recession years. And then secondly, a lot of sport is watched on TV, and TV is the sort of watching on TV is the sort of thing you'll continue to do even in a recession. In fact, you might watch more TV rather than going out to watch sport.
Meanwhile, gate revenues in the USA's 4 major sports were up 7% in 2007, the biggest increase in 5 years. And tough times or not this year, ticket prices in the Premier League have risen on average 7%, well ahead of inflation.
After a year of restraint last season, when only 3 clubs put their prices up in the Premier League, an awful lot of clubs are starting to put them up, including increases up to 22%.
Now, recently, America's Bureau of Labor Statistics did a survey of just over 1,000 industries to see how they performed in the big recessions of 1990 and 2001 and in 2007. And how did the sports industry rank in this survey? Well, it came in at number 63, so somewhere in the top 10%. Not too bad. In fact, in the last 5 bear markets, attendances in America's Big 4 sports have risen. And this year, crowds in the UK's Premier League were up 5%. But despite this, credit rating agency Standard & Poor's has said the Premier League's high ticket prices might sorely test a fan base's loyalty and therefore clubs' long-term financial health.
Even if you're emotional about your team, you still care about your money.
There are some signs a recession may be biting. The British government's hopes to raise $200 million of private sector money for a training fund for the 2012 Olympics have recently come to nothing. Meanwhile, the NBA is in its 4th straight year of filling arenas to over 90% capacity, while the NFL virtually sells out every year. The search for new fans explains why we're seeing games taking place overseas. Not forgetting the added bonus that income from abroad can also soften the impact of a local recession, even though some are convinced a recession would have to be truly dire for sport to suffer.
Even when we've had mass unemployment in the past, still the football stadiums have been full. So I don't think we're likely to see a major recession in sports for some time to come.
I think the industry is going to continue to grow. As I say, I think we do need to just keep an eye on increase in ticket prices.
I don't think sport will ever die in terms of time that people spend on it.
In other words, sport, if not immune, certainly seems highly resistant to taking a hit.